This idolatry also creates a kind of economy. In Ephesus here, as everywhere, economies are built around the values of the city. The things that can sell are things that people find valuable, right? Food, clothing, housing, goods and services, various hobbies, sports, and worship all create various economies of exchange in society. If the values of society revolve around Christ, that will create one sort of economy, a free one and one full of valuable goods and services. But if the values revolve around idols, they will necessarily create other sorts of economies. Statist idols create statist economies. Hedonistic idols create envious economies. Just think about the billions of dollars pouring into gambling, addictions, porn, and lots of worthless entertainment. Right? That's a big chunk of our economy is now oriented around these things. The worship of Artemis and her shrine permeated the economy of Ephesus and those regional markets. That's what Demetrius said. But it wasn't even just in the regions. He even claimed this has a world impact. This has a world impact. This economy that we have here, centered in Ephesus, around the shrine of Diana, it has worldwide implications. When the gospel comes, it collides with all idols simply by declaring these parts of creation to not be gods. Right? Demetrius actually summarizes it pretty well. Right? He's mad about it, but he actually summarizes the apostolic case against idols pretty well. He says, this guy Paul is going around preaching saying that stuff that's made with human hands isn't a god. And that's ruining our business. Yeah, you got it right, Demetrius. Things that are made with human hands are not God. It didn't make us. It didn't make this world. You made it, right? Don't you see the insanity? Well, no, all he could see were dollar signs. Wherever cultures are oriented to those gods, those false gods made with human hands, their shrines made with human hands, the gospel certainly is a danger to that part of the culture, which is what, again, Demetrius said. We're in danger of losing our business. Yes, exactly. If that's what you built your business on, yes, that you're in grave danger. But remember, we saw this in Philippi. I think your outline might say Corinth, but it's actually Philippi is what I was thinking of in Acts 16. Idolatrous cultures are always enslaving and unjust. Idolatrous cultures are always enslaving and unjust. Remember in Philippi, you've got the slave girl filled with demons. It's a fortune teller. And she's following Paul around for days and days, and Paul finally says, all right, that's it. And he casts out the demon of the slave girl, and now the slave girl can't fortune tell anymore, and her owners realize we're not going to be able to make money off of her anymore, right? But that's a great contrast. What do idols do? They enslave and they build economies of slavery. They enslave and they build economies of slavery. What does the gospel do? The gospel comes and sets slaves free. It sets them free, and what it's intended to do is set all these terrible businesses, it's to make those businesses collapse so that those people can do good business. We see the same thing with justice. In Philippi, it was a mob, and the magistrates beat Paul and Silas and threw them in jail with no due process. Right? There was no due process. There was no justice because of idols, because of fear of man, because of the fear of mobs. But that great wealth of the silversmiths was a superstitious scam. Right? Idols unman people who serve them. Psalm 115 says that idols have no eyes, have no ears, have no mouths, have no hands, and those who serve them and make them become like them. You will become blind. You'll become mute. You'll become powerless. You'll become deaf. But worshiping the living God restores the image of God and creation to its rightful glory. Worshiping the living God means that as you behold Christ and His Word, it's humanizing you. It's rehumanizing you. It's telling you, what am I for? What is a man for? What is a woman for? What is a family for? What is this creation for?